Unit Test 2. Listening. Speaker 1. I passed on my third attempt. On the first attempt, I was absolutely convinced that the test examiner didn't like me. He looked in a really bad mood and was really serious and grumpy. I don't actually think I made mistakes, but he failed me for not looking in my mirror enough. I was so angry I looked for a different centre, but I don't know why. In the second test, I was much more nervous and I made a lot of silly mistakes, and guess what? I failed. So I went back to the original centre and would you believe it? I got the same examiner again. I knew I was going to fail, so I relaxed. At the end of the test, when the examiner calmly told me I had passed, I said, "You're joking, aren't you?" He showed me the test form and I had passed. I was speechless. I didn't even say thank you. Speaker 2.
I remember the day perfectly well. I had just turned 17 and it was a Thursday morning. As I was the youngest in my year at school, I was the last one to learn to drive. Getting my licence was really important to me. All of my friends were showing off with their new cars and boasting about how independent they were. I was so jealous of them. I remember pulling out of the test centre and out onto the road. That's when it all went horribly wrong. We approached a set of traffic lights and the examiner asked me to turn right. I checked my mirror, signalled my intention to manoeuvre, and then, seeing the traffic light on green, started to turn. At that moment, the examiner shrieked and slammed on the emergency brake. I didn't know what was going on. I panicked. The car stalled and immediately came to a halt. We sat still in the middle of the road with traffic piling up behind us. The examiner looked at me horrified. He explained that the traffic light was green for those going straight on, but not for those turning right. We had nearly crashed into the oncoming traffic. An immediate fail, and I had only been in the car 2 minutes.
Speaker 3.
I'd been taking lessons for 8 months, so for plenty of time, when I decided I was willing and ready to take my test. I applied for a test date, and can you believe it, I was given the very next day. There had been a cancellation, and they asked if I would be willing to take the slot. At first I said no, but then I changed my mind. 20 hours later, I was sitting in the waiting room, waiting for the examiner to call my name and start the most exciting experience of my life. I thought I would feel nervous, but the adrenaline had the opposite effect on me. I have a vague memory of the test and the things I was instructed to do. I remember the 3-point turn and reverse parallel parking, but for the life of me, I can't recall which roads we went down or what the examiner looked like. I do, however, have a perfect recollection of the moment I stopped the car and the examiner informed me that I had passed my test. I cried tears of joy.